Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Thursday, March the 2nd. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. How to fix your trading problem, part 4. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Since this is the second trading day of the month, let's just go over a few of the housekeeping things when we're thinking about fixing our trading problems. Maybe it starts with risk management. Never lose more than you're willing to lose on any one single trade. You get in a huddle with yourself and you decide, what you want to do. Do you want to exit with the small loss? Do you want to exit with the small loss in reverse? Or do you want to ride the loss in reverse? You have to pick your plan there. And then, on the upside, exit with profit, or do you want to average in, or do you just want to add to your position and stack on? Maybe your problem has to do with the brain. What fear or regret do you have? Right now, I'm experiencing a little regret. I didn't take profit when the 2-ball appeared, and now price has reversed and is making new lows on the pound. So, yeah, little regret right there, but, that was my fault. Brain psychology, this is what we've really been talking about. What thoughts and beliefs do you have? And those thoughts and beliefs are going to affect your feelings, which is going to affect your attitude, which will affect your behavior and actions. And, until your thoughts and beliefs change, your actions will not change. And you realize when you're trying to get better at something, it means you're going to have to change something. And a lot of people are resistant to change, or they fear change. Part of human nature. And once again, the money management, take profit before the market takes it back. And one of the things I observed or come to realize is that when we trade, a lot of times we're trading in what I would call the in-between areas, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, as opposed to trading at the edges. And that's just something that, you have to be aware of. And just remember, every win is luck because you don't control the outcome. I don't care how much compute power, how smart you are, how long you've been trading. You don't know what that next tick is going to be, whether it's going to be up or down. Because if you did, then you would own it all. The market would cease to exist. So, we're starting off a new month here, and we are starting off red. We are already 90 pips below the monthly open, 4 off the low, 157 off the high. Now 158. And let's see, for the week, we're just 14 pips below the weekly open, 211, 210 off the high, 11 off the low. And as we can see here, all the weekly gaps have filled. And this is really interesting. If you look at the opening range for the year, then you look at the opening range for the week, and then right here, you can see where the opening range for the month is right here. So this is one big block sitting right there. So pretty soon, looks like we're going to maybe trade outside of the block. It's kind of looking like it might be to the downside. And for the year, we're 156 pips below the yearly open. Oh, and 514 off the high, 93 off the low. Just so you know that. We had an inside bar 6 days ago. We touched it and reversed here. And we've got the inside bar from 1 week ago here at the 1927. And it looks like we actually broke that low. Yeah, 27.1. So we actually broke that inside bar low. Not by much, but we did break it. And a lot of people will call that a false breakout. No such thing. It either broke out or it didn't. Whether it's a point or 1,000 pips, it broke out. Now, you won't make the profit. Okay, for the range, we've only got two pairs over 100 with the pound dollar leading the way, which is very interesting that the pound yen and the old beast and the new beast, the pound New Zealand, are clocking in less than the pound dollar. I find that to be very interesting. Okay, here. Why is this on M5? Must have moved it the other day. Buy zone, you can see here, down for the day. We crossed below the weekly open also. So here's one of those things. There's a lot of price action here around the 45 level. Well, that's probably why. So you need to be aware of those levels. We are in the green rat zone here. And pivot trading plan, Bambino Flex said go long, price near pivot, go long. Actually, we opened right at the pivot and there was a little bit to take, but you can see here everything's going heading south. So we've already passed through S1 and it looks like we're heading to S2. And S1 just so happened to be at yesterday's low. Missed pivots. So far we've taken them out this month on the daily and the weekly, and we haven't quite hit the monthly at 21.11, call it 21.12. We might not hit that monthly pivot. We'll just have to wait and see. In and out of the lower wick zone, in and out of the upper. You can see yesterday was mostly wick zone. And looking at the flip-flop boxes here, you can see we just came out of a flip-flop box, had two dots. There's the third dot. Down to the Psycho 25 level. Here's a chart we haven't looked at in a long time. The dashboard with showing the different methods here. We are approaching the lower ATR zone here at the pound. We are below the daily wick zone. We're in the lower rat zone, and for the holo, we're 14 pips below the lowest H1 open. Now we got a new H1 open right here. So you can see these all changed. And we had a high 14 H1 bars ago and a low, the low 1 bar ago. So looks like we might be able to get in to the upside here. And this is one of the ones, if you like to trade multiple pairs by having the dashboard, it makes it easy to juggle multiple pairs. Whoops, we're not done yet. Okay, you can see here we fell out of the wick zone. And notice when I talked about being between zones, I mean, if you just look at the chart here, and we've got the 3 level ZZ, and then you see we've got the 3 ball here and a 3 ball here. And actually, if you go back just a little bit, this might even show it better. So here's a 3 ball, here's a 3 ball. So this is the extremity of the zones. And a lot of times what, we'll start to trade in here, and then a lot of times we will think price is going one way and price actually goes a different way on us. And so what would happen is right here, maybe you put a long in and it came down to here. Well, depending on where you put your stop loss, either you stopped out or you didn't. Notice this is H4. 6 H4 bars makes up a day. But this kind of gives you a big picture of the price action, the up and down movement of the pairs, or of the pair that you're trading. So you see here, it kind of just makes sense. Well, if you trade at this extreme and it goes up, you trade at this extreme, you look for the downside. You trade at this extreme right here, it tested, put in a new one. So somebody had asked me about Dragon and how he was doing, if I could actually get him to come on. So he's kind of hard to reach, and plus I don't know if I could get him because English is not his first language. I believe Dutch is his first language. So I don't know how comfortable he would be doing that. So what he would do is he would say you wait for a 3-ball to appear. Or and you just see where it is. Then he says you let the second candle do its thing. And so right here it came down, it didn't go lower. And so when it crossed above that open, which would be a lowest open, you could possibly put your trade in somewhere between that open and the 3-ball. And then he would just ride it. He said he would hope to ride it to a 2-ball or a new 3-ball. So here, if you rode it to a 3-ball, probably started putting in a 3-ball right about there, and then it came down. So then, if you ride it up to a 2-ball, and then it's the same thing. You see a 2-ball, you let price do its thing, you wait for the second candle, you let it do its thing, and then right here, this is where he would enter on the third candle. And so it's a lot of waiting. And sometimes you might miss the trade. So for example here, it put in a 2-ball and then continued to go. Now, one of the things you might look at is you see here, when this candle closed, it closed green or bullish. When this candle closed, it closed bearish. And so it tried to come up, didn't, and failed, broke that low. And that's basically a rat reversal. Bull candle closes, bear candle closes, you take the break. And then on the latest version of the 3-level ZZ indicator that I've modified, there's more modified code in there, I think, than the original. I did so much work on that indicator. I actually label these and tell you how many bars ago. So this would be resistance, 3-ball, and right now we're 327 pips below it. So right here, and I just have it turned on for 3 balls. You can turn it on for 2 balls or 1 balls if you like. So once again, what you want to do is you want to trade near the extreme, and you just, when you see the ball, you basically sit on your hands. And Dragon would actually sit on his hands twice for 2 whole bars. And usually he was trading off of the M15 chart also, but he would actually look at H4 and H1 just to get a perspective of that range. So fellow traders, maybe one way to fix a problem is that you really identify where you're trading on the chart, because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.